Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Susan Damiani, and I am the Director of Gift Planning and the Director of the St. John's Legacy Society, the McAllen Society. And I welcome you all today. I know normally we get together on a Tuesday. Today's unique. And it's interesting because I think this talk is going to be unique for all of you. And I'm going to be repeating myself once again. We're in a different format today. We're in a meeting format. So you have control of your video and your audio. So if we really want to listen to all the great stuff that Caroline Konnoth is going to share with us, please be mindful to have your audio turned off for this discussion. Caroline Konnoth she was one of our Powerhouse speakers in 2020. And Caroline, welcome back. It's great to see you again.
Good to be here again.
Caroline mentioned, if you were on the call earlier, she is certainly not only a certified physical therapist, but she is a healer. So I hope you came with open mind and open heart, because this discussion will really blow you away. It just is very interesting and a unique way to look at your life and how to heal yourself. Like Caroline's saying, that not only does she have these healing capabilities, but all of us can heal ourselves. And that's great to know, especially during a pandemic. So I'm going to turn it over because I want to make sure we have plenty of time so we can hear this wonderful and interesting talk. So I'm going to turn it over to you, Caroline. Thank you. Caroline, you're unmuted. You are muted, I should say. Sorry, not unmuted. You're still muted.
Caroline, please unmute yourself.
Okay, is that better? Yeah, that is okay. Is there feedback?
No.
That is, I can hear.
Nope, I think you're good to go.
Okay, good. Hi, everybody. Like our topic suggested, we are going to tap into our superconscious. It's about knowing how to make connection with the superconscious and harvesting and using all that the superconscious can offer. Because we know that the superconscious is where true creativity is found. Expressions of this kind of creativity are distinctive from those that come from the subconscious. The superconscious is where ideas for truly great works of art, music, prose, poetry, great scientific discoveries, and deep spiritual healings are found. Profound healing of ailments can take place while in the state of being connected with the superconscious, which is what lifts you above what is normal. So why not go there? So essentially, when you look at the conscious mind, there are three aspects of consciousness: the conscious, the subconscious, and the less well-known, the superconscious. While we know that the current mind is your current reality, this is the mind of your five senses that enables you to consciously experience the world. The conscious mind is what we operate with during our everyday activities and our waking hours. It represents only a small 5% portion of our consciousness and awareness. The subconscious mind is the 95% part of you, which is your old identity. This lies below the level of conscious awareness. It is located in the lower brain and the spine. It records everything we do, every activity we engage in, our thoughts about these activities, our likes, our dislikes, about what we encounter each day. And although nothing is forgotten by the subconscious mind, most of the time, this part of our consciousness remains hidden from our everyday awareness. Then we go to the superconscious mind. This encompasses a level of awareness that sees beyond material reality and taps into the energy of consciousness behind that reality. Some refer to this as the ether or the essence of the universe, a flow of electromagnetic waves that permeate all matter and space. I refer to it as the space between our thoughts. To harness and harvest from the superconscious mind, both the subconscious and the conscious minds must be in emotional alignment. Dichotomy cannot exist. So, we would need to look at clearing up self-sabotaging beliefs and emotions of our own identity and current reality that is holding us back from reaching a level of awareness that sees beyond material reality. Now, to do all of this, there are 5 established steps that will help you consciously create your desired change, which is what we will be covering today. And in these 5 steps are 3 processes that we will be actually covering and demonstrating here to help you get a sense of how this change comes about. And these 3 processes are the emotion code, where I will be using a volunteer and will be extracting a negative emotion that possibly is getting in the way of the person, that does not allow you to reach this point of consciousness where the superconscious is in charge and not the subconscious. After we do the emotion code, we do the recode. The recode is where I connect with the superconscious. And then finally, there is what is known as the pineal gland meditation. The pineal gland, just to elaborate on it, is a gland that lies between and the back of your head. So I'll show you a few diagrams a little later. But this is the gland that is known as the third eye. And the meditation that we do is a meditation that will actually actively activate the third eye, because it's a muscular exercise that you do in order to start to pump the cerebrospinal fluid to begin to cause the pineal gland to vibrate. The vibrations of the pineal gland, because there are crystals inside of it, send off what is known as electromagnetic waves, because there's a piezoelectric effect that occurs from crystals vibrating. The moment the electromagnetic waves are set off, we begin to connect with energies that are beyond ourselves. And in that meditation, we will teach you really how this is going to be carried out. This meditation that I do have, it is a YouTube video. It's a video that is Dr. Joe Dispenza's. This is really what he does as a specialty, where he helps you connect with the superconscious via meditative practices. Okay, so now just before we really dive in, I would like you to just be very, very sure that you have a strong intention set to connect with your superconscious during this talk, and that you will stay connected to it always, even beyond this talk, because the superconscious is where true creativity is found. This is your seat of wealth on a physical, emotional, and spiritual level. And then to this end, though, you have to stay in that spirit and state of intention and expectancy. So during this talk that you are going to be connected with your superconscious, stay in this talk as if you are a 4-year-old about to go onto a picnic. I mean, when you are a 4-year-old, you're not going to say, oh, do I have to go for a picnic? Oh, not today, tomorrow. No, you want to be there. You want to go before you want to go. So that's the state of expectancy you need to stay with in this particular talk, but beyond this talk as well, because when there are meditation practices that you will have to execute, you need to address it with excitement, with expectancy, in order to have the change manifest, because it definitely does come about. Now, together with clear intention, you need to also have an elevated emotional state wherein the heart that has 40,000 neurites will allow you to stay in the state of love and gratitude. So this combination of clear intention and a state of love and gratitude will help to get you where you are looking to go. So also you need to understand that to access the superconscious, it can be reinforced, like I said earlier, by connecting with your pineal gland. And this gland, which is no bigger than a grain of rice, lies between the back of your throat and the back of your skull, and it secretes serotonin, or the feel-good hormone, during the day, and melatonin, which is the sleep hormone, at night. So it's basically in charge of your circadian rhythm, but it does have the added advantage of being crystal modulated. So if the vibrations in the crystal are amplified, this pineal gland begins to act like your antenna, pretty much like the antenna on a bird or on a fish. You can actually activate your own pineal gland to get to that level of astuteness where you will know what to do and where to go. And I will actually show you how to activate that pineal gland. So to understand that the laws of physics will allow us to get a better understanding of what happens with vibrations, we know that if you take a crystal and it begins to vibrate, there is something called a piezoelectric effect. The piezoelectric effect sets off waves, and these waves then connect with the ether. And the vibration of the pineal gland, interestingly, they have done this in the lab, they have found that the vibration of the pineal gland connects with the frequency of the mystical. And so this is where the magic begins. So thus, the meditation that we are going to be doing will create a pump that will send the cerebrospinal fluid, which is the water that lies inside the spinal column. It will send the cerebrospinal fluid forcefully up your spinal column into the pineal gland, activate the crystals. Those crystals begin to vibrate, they send out waves, and those waves are what you're going to be using to connect with your superconscious. I just want to show you all a few images over here. So let me actually do a screen share. 1 second. Do a screen share.
In order to see the screen share, does everyone have to take themselves out of gallery?
Yes. So I would change.
You want to see the full screen?
Yes, please
That's what we
change
recommend.
the layout to
Mhm.
stacked.
Is this okay? Can you see that?
I see a blank screen.
Oh,
Yeah. No, we don't see it.
so I have actually started sharing.
Well, just I remember in the test run, it took a little time to boot up.
Yes.
I still don't see it.
No, huh?
No.
Because it's saying you started sharing. You started sharing. People are viewing. People are viewing. That's interesting.
No.
Oh, no, it's saying people are viewing a blank screen. Wow. So it's just,
Would you like to stop and start again?
yeah. So I'm going to stop sharing. Start sharing again. So we want text and images, right?
Yes. Unless,
Okay.
Yes.
So that is what I have.
Okay.
How's that? There we have something. No, it's still black. Is it there? No.
No.
I wonder why.
No. Works in test run.
That is strange. Okay.
You never know. That's strange.
You know what, Caroline? Go and select the other option then for the video.
Okay. Let me stop sharing this one. Let me start again.
Maybe because there's more people on it now? I don't know. That shouldn't be though.
Although this is not a video. But let's see. There we are.
There you go. Bravo.
Great.
Okay. Okay. So now this really to give a sense of where the pineal gland is. That's your spinal cord right there. That's the pineal gland over here. So when you take your breath, you're going to be breathing in a way that you activate the muscles of your perineum, your lower and your upper abs. And when you activate the lower muscles, you actively begin to push this fluid upward into the spinal column to create pressure into the pineal gland. And as you create pressure, it's mechanical pressure. So as you create pressure, it begins to vibrate. When it begins to vibrate, it begins to send off signals. And these signals create electromagnetic waves that allow for you then to connect to your higher self, to your higher centers. Because the higher centers really are energetic centers. And if you have really done energy work, if you try and touch your hand above your head, keep touching, 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 there'll be one point where you feel like you're not able to touch it as easily. It's as if there is a space between the two, and you need to work towards touching it as you go higher and higher and higher, somewhere about 16 inches above your head. You get the sense of something that requires you to work harder at touching your hand. That's one of the energy centers that we're talking about. I don't know if that's something that you're able to perceive. So if you go right there, you can touch. If you go there, you can touch. If you go there, you can touch. And if you go here, you'll feel like you're being pushed away and you need to push into it somewhere around here. And that's what this pineal gland begins to connect with, that energy center that further connects it to the ether. So that's what this is about. So we're going to look at the second image, which is really the pineal gland. This, I'm thinking you can see this too. Can you see this one? Yes, you can see this. So that's the pineal gland right there. And that's really just to show the crystalline effect of the pineal gland. To explain differently about what the pineal gland and the energy centers are about, I need to just get this. Or to get to this other one, I need to just get a better screen size. I know that. Sorry, guys, I have to stop sharing because it's not allowing me to get a proper screen size. Sorry about that. Let me just move these things around a bit. Okay, so we're looking at this particular one. Is this something that is showing up? Can you see that one now?
Are you?
Yeah.
Okay.
There we are. Okay. So just to understand better, so we do have all these energy centers. The one that I referred to just now was the one right on top over here. This is the knowingness of you. This is the superconscious part of you. We have 7 energy centers. This is the perineum. This is the lower abdomen. This is the upper abdomen. These are the survival centers. This is what we do on a day-to-day level in order to make our days work. But to ascend and go further up above the survival centers, we have the creative centers that start here. This is the heart, this is the throat, this is the pineal gland, and this is the higher self. So we are looking at the pineal gland. This is known as the all-seeing third eye. So we're looking really to activate this pineal gland, just so that we are able to access the level of superconscious that we're looking to get to. So now, in order to really get to this, which is going to be a meditation that we're going to be doing at the end, I just need to go a little deeper into how we would be able to harness and get to that superconscious state. So to activate this gland has proven, really, they have done this in labs, and they have proven that to connect to higher level of activations by these vibrations, it puts you into a state of theta and gamma brain waves. This, of course, like I explained earlier, is because of the mechanical pressure that causes this gland to vibrate. It takes you to levels of ecstasy because it begins to release chemical hormones. So you do a muscle work at the lower centers. You begin to do the breath work, go up into your heart space. You connect with the pineal gland. It releases its chemicals. And because it has released its chemicals from the activation of the crystals, those chemicals themselves actually have been found to take you to levels of ecstasy just because of their chemical composition. So you have the piezoelectric effect on the one hand, and you also have the effect of the chemical release that occurs because of activation of the pineal gland. But also to know that this will not happen overnight. But rest assured that you will achieve this result over time with regular practice. During practice, you may be distracted with what you need to do during the day, but remember that you will not change what you need to do by just thinking about it. Rather, you know you can go into it and get to it later. So let that be where it is. Stay connected with your meditation, because staying connected with your meditation helps you to dream up your future rather than connect with the thought of what you have to do, because the thought of what you have to do is actually the past of you that you want to conduct. So you want to dream up your future, stay in the meditation. You might get distracted, just put it back, come back to the meditation and stay connected with the meditation. And then finally, but importantly, I'd like you to be able to set yourself up such that you will be able to lie down or be able to really relax back comfortably in your seated position for the closing meditation at the end of the session. So now just to go into the details of the 5 ways to align with your inner power and how to manifest. Number 1, you would need to adopt the most powerful perspective to change your view of the present moment in order to bring you to that state of energy that will allow for you to be healthy in mind, body, and spirit. Too often, though, a powerful perspective shift into confidence, knowingness, and optimism is blocked by your inner state of fear, guilt, or shame. So oftentimes we get stuck in this level of our survival centers, which I showed you are the 3 lower levels of the chakras. These are the levels of procreation, of digestion, and the fight or flight. The emotion code, it is something that I will do right now, for which I will require a volunteer, will help us to discuss how and help us to move away from the negative emotions into a state of positivity to take us to a place where we can actually adopt a powerful perspective. So now if a member of the audience can actually volunteer, we can get started with the emotion code.
If anyone volunteers, I'll send a lovely St. John's gift to you. Don't be shy. Do we have anybody on the call that would like to volunteer? Anne-Marie, wonderful. You just have to unmute yourself. You see the little microphone there? Should be there. Might be on the top of your screen, Sue, or no? Bottom? Do you want to help Anne-Marie? There you go.
I think I'm
terrific. Okay, you're on now, Anne-Marie. Okay, Carolyn, Anne-Marie.
Hi, Anne-Marie.
Hello.
So basically, the emotion code really is about connecting with what could be a trapped emotion that is causing an issue in your day-to-day. And also for the audience to understand that even though I am working in Anne-Marie right now, she does represent the collective, because that is what happens in a collective audience. She has opted in, but it is interesting that whatever we do bring up in her session is something that's going to help everyone on the call. So the way I will start with the process, Anne-Marie, is to just ask you if there's any particular issue you would like me to actually work on. It could just be pain somewhere in a body part or anything that you would like me to actually address. And then we're going to find out whether that's caused by a trapped emotion. If we discern that it is from a trapped emotion, we'll then go forward and try and release the trapped emotion and then move forward from there.
Trying to be more relaxed during medical tests.
Okay, so let's try and find out whether the reason you cannot be more relaxed during medical tests is from a trapped emotion. And when we look at, so we just want you to all stay in a very, very connected heart space and stay in this place of gratitude that we are able now to release ourselves and relieve ourselves from negative emotions, and ask whether this particular issue that Anne-Marie has about not being able to be relaxed during medical test is from a trapped emotion, and her subconscious does say yes. And if I really show this particular screen, I have the screen right here that will actually allow for us to see what goes on during the test that I will be doing. So I'm going to do a screen share again. Okay, so you're able to view my screen now. So this particular table are the different emotions that we're going to actually try and go through just by doing a quick run through them, because there is a way you do it. It's a process that has been developed by Bradley Nelson. You go through it and try and find out what could be the reason why you are not able to relax during medical tests, and then do a release. To do the release, we actually connect with the Grand Meridian, which is a meridian on the body. This particular meridian is the one that runs from the base of your tailbone up your spine, over your head to the tip of your nose. So we will do a release by running the hand along the energy of this particular meridian and then seeing what happens from there. Okay, so now we do know that there is a reason why this particular inability to relax during medical tests is because of a trapped emotion. We need to find out if this is in column A, it's in column B. Is it in an odd row? It's in an even row. Is it in row 2? It's in row 4. So we have column B, row 4. We've got one of these emotions that are coming in the way that are causing you to feel that difficulty to relax during a medical test. So let's find out whether that particular emotion is depression, whether it's frustration, whether it's indecisiveness, whether it's panic, whether it's taken for granted. So it's coming up as indecisiveness. So indecisiveness over here is, this is actually something that has been kind of put together by Bradley Nelson. It's an inability to choose, wavering back and forth between one choice or another. It stems from distrust of the self or doubting the ability to make a good decision. So this is a trapped emotion. To understand that indecisiveness really is one emotion that is an umbrella for a group of other emotions. So as we do know that there are more than just 60 emotions in the way we operate, this whole particular system just operates out of the 60 emotions. So we're just going to get this indecisiveness released. And in the release of this indecisiveness, take you to a place where you are able then to connect easier to that particular state of being able to be comfortable during a medical test.
How did that come up, that indecisiveness?
So this is the energy. So I connected with your subconscious while I did that. So while I was doing that, this is what the energy, the emotion code is about, connecting with the energy of your subconscious. So your subconscious really led us, when I asked whether this was a trapped emotion, it said yes. So in the whole work of the emotion code, you find out whether it's in column A or whether it's in column B. And your subconscious led me to understand that it was in column B and that it was in an even row, which could be row 2, or it could be row 4, or it could be row 6, but it pointed to row 4. So we go to row 4, do a further discernment of what particular emotion it is, and it came up as indecisiveness. So we just have to now check in with the subconscious to find out if there's anything more we need to know about indecisiveness. And the subconscious says, yes, we do need to know more about indecisiveness. So we're just going to go back in time and just try and do a test run and find out whether there was some event that did occur that could have possibly made this particular emotion get trapped in your system. So we look at what possibly could have occurred in you, say possibly around the age of 30. I'm just taking ballpark figure 30 because that's more or less like halfway. So we're going to go, did anything occur around the age of 30 that could have caused you to feel indecisive? And the subconscious says, yes. Was it before 30, before 25, before the age of 20, after the age of 15? So something occurred between the ages of 15 and 20 that caused this particular trapped emotion to get kind of engaged within your being. So we need to try and find out which particular year this occurred. Did this occur at age 15, 16? At age 17, something happened that made you feel like you were indecisive and you could not make up your mind. You had one thing to do and you wanted to do another thing. Does this ring true in any way, Anne-Marie?
Does this have to do with medical things? Is it
on a general level, whatever you were experiencing at age 17? Because whatever is coming up now is something that happened to you at age 17 when the emotion of indecisiveness got trapped within you.
I would say nothing in particular is coming up.
You don't have a memory of what could have happened to you at age 17?
No, the only thing that comes up to me is, and it's not at age 17, my grandmother lost her vision, but I learned that when I was much younger than that. So I was always afraid that I was going to have that same issue and lose my sight.
Okay. So let's go a little bit more into your particulars. At age 17, what was it that you were really doing at the time? Were you in school, in college, planning your future in terms of how you...
I was in high school.
And you were thinking of what you would want to do for your future? Did that happen?
Well, there was no question I'd go to college. That wasn't an issue.
Did you know what to do at the time, whether you would want to go one route and go to another? Did that happen?
No, the only stressful thing is I was going to be paying for part of it.
Okay. So the reason I ask these questions is because the subconscious will let us know whether this is all we need to know or not. Because as it comes up, the subconscious makes us understand whether this is all we need to know, and it will allow for the emotion to be released. Because it has indicated that age 17 was when you were in the state of indecisiveness. And if that is the reason why, we're just going to go with it and then go further and release it right now. Okay? So we're going to just stay in this state of connecting with your heart, connect with your heart space, and being that we're going to do a release on the Grand Meridian, we've got to do 3 swipes on the Grand Meridian according to the work of Brad Nelson. He asked us to do 3 swipes on the Grand Meridian. And staying within that state, just check with the subconscious whether that particular emotion has been released. And it says no, it says that there is more that needs to be done. So really speaking, I am not going to go more because this can go for a whole 45 minutes to an hour. So just to give a sense of what this is about, it's about releasing the trapped emotions, because it does say that there has been another point in your life where there was another instance of indecisiveness being trapped. So that can go down quite an extensive list, and we'll stop right here just because we want to move forward with the talk. But that's really about removing trapped emotions. And as you go through the trapped emotions, you can really feel a sense of immediate relief. More specifically, in the less abstract, if there is a pain, that's something that you feel right immediately, and you want to release pain. In doing the trapped emotion, you know immediately whether that pain has been released or not, because the pain very, very clearly decreases. Okay, so for now, being that this is asking us to do a further extraction, I will put this aside just because I want to just move forward on the talk. Okay, but Anne-Marie, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. So now just to move forward on this particular topic and know what it is that we have to do over here is, once you take and move the trapped emotion aside, you have to know that this is going to get you to this place of feeling more confident, more relaxed. You must be able then to understand that being in that state will allow for you to get to the connection with your superconscious. So while you are doing this and you are trying to evolve, you have to stay unapologetic about your particular evolution. Because there are so many people that go through this conundrum of knowing what it is that they want to do for themselves, but are just too afraid to disappoint others and get stuck in this old reality just for fear of displeasing their friends or relatives or whoever it be. And it unfortunately keeps you from becoming who you are truly meant to be. So at any time we allow ourselves to stay with people against our highest wisdom, we basically reaffirm to the universe that other people and how other people feel about what we do is more important than how we feel, which is clearly a belief in unworthiness, because you are worth having so much more. So the truth of the matter then is that what is best for you is what is best for everyone, even if others don't know that that is true. Your own happiness, health, and well-being over everything, you set yourself free, and automatically those in your life are freed as well. Number 3, you would learn the art of responding versus reacting. And a clear indicator of someone who is rooted in their own power is someone who is able to calmly receive life as it comes. Someone who responds to life rather than alarmingly reacts to every little change that comes their way. This is why meditation or some sort of stress relieving activity in which the soul aligns with faith and trust is an absolute must. In order to be able to adapt to all the unplanned changes life throws in our direction. I mean, look at what we're going through right now. Who ever thought this time last year that we'd be going through what we did go through the whole of 2020? But you know, that's life. Unplanned changes do come our way. And how we navigate through all of this is what keeps us stronger and healthier on a day-to-day basis. Very important, though, is to remember that one has to cultivate worthiness. So making choices out of self-love and worthiness is what finally begins to point us into a life of our wildest dreams. We cannot control all outcomes, but we can control the vibration from which we must make choices. By cultivating worthiness, either by saying affirmations or addressing any limiting beliefs, we are really in a place where we anchor our vibration to allow for us to connect with our higher selves. Okay, so just point blank, if you think about it, someone who feels good about themselves feels worthy of love and confident about what they represent, and will make choices that align with these beliefs. When we believe in our own power, we make choices with ease and without effort. And then finally, it's important to embrace openness and vulnerability, because we do know for a fact that true strength stems from vulnerability. And the beautiful thing about being totally unafraid or willing to be open and vulnerable is that energetically, this is the most powerful stance we can ever take. When one meets a person who is completely rooted in openness, energetically, we know it. The air that exudes from this person, the air of authenticity and sincerity that emanates from this person, that is so confident and powerful, is very, very easy to see. But then when you really work in that particular format, you then extend all of this into all levels and all parts of who you are. So really speaking, this would really be how you would navigate through life in order to allow yourself to connect with your inner power and manifest. Number one, adopting the most powerful perspective to change your view of the present moment, being unapologetic in your evolution, learning the art of responding versus reacting, cultivating worthiness, and embracing openness and vulnerability. So now once we have these ideas in place, I'll just talk to your superconscious very, very quickly as a group, connect with your superconscious, and that will get you to a little bit of a relaxed state, which will allow for us to then start the meditation. Just wanted you to know that the meditation is a longer meditation. I just needed you to be aware of that fact. So we're just going to start with the recoding, which is how you connect with your superconscious while I talk to it. So to get into that superconscious connection, you've got to then be very comfortable, stay relaxed with your eyes closed. And I will ask you if I have permission to connect with your superconscious. And superconscious, are you there? Superconscious, is it all right if I connect with you to show the audience all their discomfort, pain, and fears when it comes to having what it is they desire, which is to connect with you in order to get them to this place of knowingness and creativity? We desire to organize all parts of you into a cohesive group that will work together to create more satisfaction and less pain. So it is important that all parts of you desire treatment. Do I have your permission to treat all parts of the treatment team, memories, emotions, and everything else? Superconscious, do you see the part personalities, the protector, the controller, the inner child, the pleaser, the wounded, the perfectionist? Do you see family history, broken agreements, secondary intentions? Do you see the resistances that all of this brings up? Could you please bring up these resistances and please treat them and all beliefs, emotions, memories, and past events and circumstances that are coming into everybody's active experience? Treat the resistances in the perfect way and in the perfect order, and do a massive change history and everything else to increase satisfaction. Superconscious, please treat the original event in this lifetime and any other lifetime and everything in between and everything after that. Please treat for overall happiness for the audience to get the most experience out of life and do a massive change history. Superconscious, please treat all the chakras, the meridian points, the energy systems, all the glands, the pituitary, the pineal, the adrenals, the thyroid, the thymus. Superconscious, could you please bring out all the parts that would like to join the treatment process today? Are there any barriers to treatment? When it comes to increasing more satisfaction in this area of life, let all the parts know that they won't die. Treatment will help to bring them into a place of less emotional distress, yet they will have all the learning. Superconscious, please treat in a safe way whatever is comfortable and safe today. Just enough to make it a comfortable treatment, that's it. Now gently smooth over the dirt of each hole that these resistances have caused a little at a time, with a feather till the field is smooth and perfect again. Superconscious, please reinforce the desire of wanting to connect with you and ground all paths we touch today, including memories 1, 2, and 3. Tag and treat all paths and memories and emotions between now and the next session. Reinforce this event with positive beliefs, positive emotions, grand old memories and tandem memories, or future memories of past events that are going to support all more in the future. Please ground it into the matrix of the universe for more satisfaction in life. Superconscious, you will know when you are done for today, and you will continue to do all of this in whatever way is perfect. So now just stay connected with your superconscious for just a little bit and ask your superconscious for an action step that it would like you to take in order to help you keep accessing it on a regular basis. And when you're done, you can come back. Are we good? So now what I would like to do is, just being that this really brings us to a relaxed state, I'd like to connect now with the meditation. It is a long meditation. So I will start the meditation. As we go through a part of it, I'm just going to fast forward to take it to the end. I am going to share the meditation over here with everybody just so that you can use it on a daily basis. But just to have that experience, we will go through it today. Okay? So just get yourself relaxed as we get through into the meditation right now. Not sure what this is. I somehow can't get to it if it's behind that particular part of the screen. Sorry, give me a sec. I'll connect with it right now. There we are. Okay.
Contractors, intrinsic muscles, perineum, lower abdomen, upper abdomen. Inhale, fill your nose at the same time and draw that energy from your perineum all the way up to the top of your head. And as you hold it at the top of your head, allow that energy to follow your intention. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. And as you exhale, now relax. Come on, here we go. Inhale, now draw those muscles up and in, and pull that energy line drawn forward up as you draw, with the intention of pulling the mind out of the body, from survival to creation, and to free yourself.
Carolyn, the audio's not coming out very clearly.
Say that again.
The audio's not coming out clearly. Yeah, there's some background noise. It's not as clear as when we did it on the test run. Does everyone have their audio muted? Because that...
If I make it louder,
Pull that energy all the way up.
is that better?
A little bit better.
Your lower abdomen.
You still can't hear. I still can't hear the announcer.
Through your
I can't hear him very clearly.
and hold it at the top of your head and allow your
Can you
You know
make
what?
it a little
I'm
louder?
just going. I made it very loud. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mute it, but I will talk.
Okay.
So we're just going to go. You need that music though. Does the music come up?
I'm gonna send your energy
Like a little bit. You don't have the background noise anymore.
your nose, like drawing fluid up a straw. Pull that energy
I can't hear you.
into your brain and hold it at the top of your head. Squeeze and hold with the intention of pulling that energy from your body up into your brain and hold it there. Come on, hold it. Hold it.
I don't know. Was it something that wasn't working?
There was a lot of feedback. So when you did the screen sharing, did you select drop down?
You could hear the music a little bit. You couldn't hear the person speaking, and then there was some background noise. You were able to correct the background noise, but then didn't hear the music as much. I remember that for the test run, it was as clear as a bell.
It went very well, yeah. Let me just restart and see. Go to the text and images, come back to motion and video.
Yeah, now we're getting the feedback. I can hear it.
Yeah. But now on my side, everything is frozen.
Oh, really?
Mm.
You probably have to turn it off and...
Do control delete.
Just ask me to close the program.
Sorry, everyone. Just a little technical difficulty here. If you can just bear with us.
Close it.
We might lose Caroline totally. I hope not. She's circling. Well, while we're waiting for Caroline, any feedback for anyone? Anyone want to unmute themselves and share what they've learned so far, or what you're feeling about meditation? Anybody like to chime in? We have a quiet group here. You're still meditating. Any thoughts, anyone?
Susan, I think you need to do part 2 of this because we touched the surface on some things, and because of all of the technical difficulties, I think it.
Sorry, Anna
what we
Maria, we
really
can't
should
hear
be-
you. We
Can't
can't hear you, Anna Maria. Sorry.
you hear me?
I know Pat, you unmuted yourself. Any thoughts while we wait for Carolyn?
Well, I actually could hear the woman who was speaking.
You could?
I could hear Anna Maria. Yeah, I could hear her.
Oh, really?
I was
I
just
don't
going to
hear her.
say that from, not related to the meditation, but the product that I don't know how WebEx works with this stuff. I use WebEx a lot at work, but not for this kind of audio video stuff. We use Zoom or
Yeah.
Teams. Northwell has gone
Yes.
exclusively.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. Unfortunately, university policy, we are only allowed to use the WebEx.
Oh, you're working on WebEx.
Yeah, and we normally do an event format, but we did a meeting format for this because we did the meeting purposely, because when we did the test run, we had more success at sharing and the audio and the video in the meeting format. So I apologize. We did do a run through of this and everything worked beautifully, but with the technology, you never know what happens. I don't know if it's because more people are on the call. I don't know. I noticed that some people are circling a little bit. Carolyn, we don't see a video on you.
So
are you
yeah,
back with us? Oh, okay, great.
I'm back. Oh, okay.
Okay.
I see that, but I'm not. Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Yeah, we still see a blank screen.
I'm definitely here. I can see everybody.
Mm.
Mm.
Sue, you're unmuted, but then you're not unmuting your external mic.
Oh,
Yeah, we can't hear you. Yeah,
sorry about that.
I know that usually happens. Yeah, I don't know. Any thoughts?
So, can you hold for
Yeah.
a second? Caroline, if you share your screen, are you able to, is there a drop down for you to select the second option? Sorry, you have to unmute yourself.
Yeah. So I did do that, but it doesn't allow me to do anything. So let me try that. The devotional video. But see, it doesn't bring up anything on the screen, you see. So when I do choose the second one, the video, it's not allowing anything to get to the screen. So that's with that particular choice. When I do it, let me stop and go back again. So now I'll do a share, and I'm going to optimize for text and images. This allows me to show the screen, but it's not, see, it's for text and images. It's not video. So the content isn't coming through.
Would you like to share the links with everyone in the chat, and I'll try it out?
I'll share the link. Yes. That I can do, absolutely. So maybe it can be something that everyone can actually.
I'll try to open it on my end, and you can tell me where to move forward, where to jump to.
All right.
Just connect with it individually, Put that in the chat box. So basically, that's the link to the video right there. So if each of you all have it on your screen right now. So you wanted to start it, Shu. Let's see whether this helps.
Yes, so I'm going to start it and you can tell me where to jump to.
Yeah. Oh, I can hear it.
Contract those intrinsic muscles, perineum, lower abdomen, upper abdomen, and inhale through your nose at the same time and draw that energy from your perineum all the way up to the top of your head. And as you hold it at the top of your head, allow that energy to follow your attention. Hold it. Come on. Hold it. Hold it. And as you exhale, now relax. Come on, here we go. Inhale, come on, pull those muscles up and in, and pull that energy like drawing fluid up a straw with the intention of pulling the mind out of the body, from survival to creation, and to free yourself from the past. And hold it at the top of your head, squeeze and hold. Come on, hold it. Hold it. And as you exhale, now relax. Relax. Come on, you have to go after it. Come on, squeeze those muscles and inhale. Pull that energy all the way up. Your perineum, your upper abdomen, chest. To the top of your head and hold it at the top of your head and allow your squeeze and hold. As you exhale, relax. Come on, the ride.
So Shu, this keeps going. It keeps continuing in this way. Let's go all the way to 27 minutes. Let's go down. Just fast forward it to 27. Maybe 28 also. Go down, just because it'll take too long otherwise.
Now, as an awareness, aware that you're aware inside the room of this gland. Tune in to the energy beyond this center, around your head. The eternal black space. Tune in. This energy studying Spencer's chemistry. Tune in.
You want to fast forward it to 35 minutes? This is about it. We could sign off. All right, so that's the end of a video that did work. But you'll do have the link. It's something to do on a daily basis. The video runs for about 38, 39 minutes. Like I said at the beginning of the talk, it's about getting into doing the video practice with expectancy, knowing that it will do something for you. Going into the meditation with excitement, knowing at the end of it all, you'll be able to look into a future that is the future of your choice. Not because life happens to you, but because you make life go the way you're choosing it to go. So you are literally in the driver's seat then. And it's something as mechanical as stimulating your pineal gland. I guess that's about it.
Thank you, Carolyn.
You're very,
Sorry
very welcome.
with that. I know that sometimes it's
Thank you very much.
disappointing. Thank you, everyone,
My
for
pleasure.
joining our
Thank you.
Power Hour
Thank you.
today. I don't know if you have any questions before we go for Carolyn. Does anyone have any questions? You can unmute yourself. You're able to ask her now. Anybody? Okay. Well, I know we're over time, so we'll leave it at that. Again, thank you, Carolyn. This Saturday, we're offering, since this is our month of wellness, we're offering a total body fitness workout on Saturday at 10 o'clock in the morning. So you'll be getting notifications of those, but please check the St. John's website and our calendar, and you can sign up for that. And then next week, we have a great talk that's about dance, movement and dance, how to stay engaged at any age and on any stage. And we have great speakers for that, great background in dance, and I think you'll really enjoy it. And we're going to have an extra half hour added to that particular power hour, and one of the speakers will be showing the movement known as NIA, N-I-A. If you don't know about it, then sign on for this call because you really would like to learn all about it. It's a great form of exercise and a way to release all our anxiety and frustrations that we had last year. And it looks like we have another doozy of a year, 2021. So thanks again. And we'll see you hopefully next week or Saturday. I know I see some of our workout crew. I hope you'll be back with me on Saturday, and I hope you enjoyed the workout. Thanks again. Take care, everyone. Have a great afternoon. Bye-bye.